Hello, welcome to my first in a hopefully very long series of tutorials on how to play great songs. The first song I have chosen is a doozy. It's David Bowie's Space Oddity. The intro part starts out with two chords, F major 7 and E minor, and it toggles back and forth between those two chords until you're ready to sing the start of the song, which is the next part, which I'll call the Miniverse. But for the intro, it goes like this. Start with F major 7, E minor, and just back again. Just goes back and forth. You can put a 7th in there if you want. Like right there, that 7th. And then when you're ready to start singing, you go into what this next part is, which I call the Miniverse, where instead of changing to your F major 7 like you're doing in the intro, you instead go to a C major, and that's when he sings ground control to major tom. Ground control to major tom. Second chord is E minor, so it goes C to E minor, and then it does that again. C minor, and then the little turnaround on that part is an A minor, which you do for 2 beats, A minor, and then take the bass to the G, A minor 7 with a G in the bass, same amount of time, then it jumps up to D7. That's where he's saying, take your protein pills and put your helmet on. The rhythm of the changeover goes like this. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. And then right back into the start of that little mini verse again, where he says ground control to major tom the second time. Ground control to major tom. It's C major and E minor. Back and forth twice again. Commencing countdown, engines on, and then it does that same turnaround with the A minor. Check ignition, may God's love be with you. Just in case you didn't get that little turnaround, I'll go over it again. It's take your protein pills, that's A minor, strums for 2 beats. And the A minor 7 with the G in the bass for 2 beats. Right up to the D7, and that's 4 beats. Put your helmet on. And that's when you turn around and go back to the second part of the mini verse, which is just a repeat of the whole thing. I'll play it one more time, and then it launches into the a pause there where it does a little blast off sound effects. Control to major tom. Control to major tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to major tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. To the A minor part. Check ignition, may God's love be with you. Then it holds, pause, whatever you want to do there. There's a little break that starts or stops the mini verse section and goes into what I call the regular verse. It's a little more upbeat and all that, but anyway, you know how the song goes. I'm just trying to teach you what the chords are. Anyway, when you're ready to start strumming again and singing, it starts with a C. But instead of going to the E minor, this time we go to the E major. And then another change, the next chord is the F major. So you bar, first fret. And the rhythm of that part right there is, this is ground control to major tom. You really made a grade. And then it's ready to go to an F minor. And the papers want and a C to F major. Hold on F major a little bit, and then it does that same thing again, starting with the F minor part. 2 beats on F minor, 2 beats on C, 4 beats on F major. So starting over again with the regular verse, you have C major for 4 beats. E major for 4 beats. F major for 4 beats. Of course, that's not the strumming pattern, but you know, I'm just trying to space out these chords here. Then it goes to this part, F minor for 2 beats, C for 2 beats, F major for 4 beats. And then it does it again. You just transition from this F to the F minor. And it does that for 2 beats. C for 2 beats. F major 4 beats again. And that's the duration of one regular verse cycle. The lines in the song are, this is ground control to major tom. You really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. Does it again. This is major tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way, and the stars look very different today. For here, okay, now we've gotten to a part that I haven't gone over yet. This is the chorus. When he says, "For here am I sitting in a tin can," that is the chorus, and it goes back to F major 7th. Transitioning from just a regular F major, which is the end of the verse part, transition for the start of the chorus to the F major 7th. For here am I sitting in a tin can. That is E minor, and that is just like the intro part. So you've already played these chords before. It's just the same as the intro. F major 7th, E minor 7, and it does that again. Okay, now here's a different part where the song kind of takes a little bit of a different direction, but he winds out this chorus part by switching to a B flat for 2 beats, an A minor for 2 beats, a G for 2 beats, and an F for 2 beats. That goes over the lines, "Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do." It's the end of the chorus part. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. And right there it strums the F for, I guess the F, when you get to the F, it's actually for 4 beats. So correct that part I said earlier. It's B flat for 2 beats, A minor for 2 beats, G for 2 beats, F, 2, 3, 4. So F for 4 beats, and then here's this little rock and roll part, if you will, just bar chords to C, F, G, A, like that. And you know the rhythm, it's just, it does that twice. C, F, G, A. So, coming out of the chorus, it sounds something like this. And then back to F major 7th, and we're ready for the guitar solo section. And you saw what I like to do there. It's coming out of this bar chord A on the 5th fret. You hold your 2 fingers that cover the 4th and 5th strings, slide them down 2 whole steps, and it eases you right into that F major 7th. And you can even take the your middle finger with it too, the one that's covering the 3rd string. So yeah, strings 3, 4, and 5 can all just slide down and get you into the F major 7th. And so here's the chords for the guitar solo, which starts on that F major 7th, F major 7th for 4 beats, to E minor 7 for 4 beats. And here's where it differs from the intro and the chorus, because then it switches to E major for 4 beats, C for 4 beats, D7 for 4 beats, and then E major for 4 beats. That's kind of a weird progression. It's a little bit less intuitive and kind of makes you, huh? Where is he going with this? But it fits the guitar solo perfectly. And so once you get used to it, get that little melody in your head, just hear the lead guitar going and it'll sound right. Coming out of that little rock and roll riff transition, it'll sound like this. F major 7, E minor 7, E major, C major, to D7, to E major, and then you're ready for the regular verse again, like we played before. Starts with C, miles to E, to F. I've already played this part before. And I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much. She knows. So that's the regular verse that comes out of the guitar solo. And it's structured just like the ones that we've done twice before that led up to the chorus. And I'll go over that again. 4 beats on C, 4 beats on E, 4 beats on F, 2 beats on F minor, 2 beats on C, 4 beats on F major, F minor 2 beats, C 2 beats, F major 4 beats. And that's what we're playing during the 3rd verse, which is though I'm past 100,000 miles and whatever else. And then that brings us to the next verse, which actually is different than the other verses that we've played thus far. So that's what kind of makes this song a challenge. You got to keep all these different changes in your head. But when you come down to the part where the lyrics go, ground control to Major Tom, your circuit's dead, there's something wrong, can you hear me, Major Tom? That part is where verse 4 goes. So it's verse 4, but it's done to a different chord progression. So instead of C, where you start the other verses, you start this one on G. Ground control, that's the first two beats. The second two beats are E major, A minor, C major. Okay, so those four chords are all played for 2 beats each, and they start the verse 4 with this. Control to Major Tom, your circuit's dead, something wrong. And then the 5th chord of that progression is D7, and you hold this one for 4 beats. Can you hear me, Major Tom? And then it goes to C for 4 beats. Hear me, Major Tom. Back to G for 4 beats. It's kind of weird, but it's also the genius of Bowie, is that it all kind of works. He just sings a different melody in that point, and it takes off on a new progression, but sometimes you don't know where it's going, but it ends up kind of in a place where it sounds good. So here that is again. I call this special verse number 4. And it leads into the chorus, by the way, so I'll just lead into that part. But it's G for 2 beats, E for 2 beats, A minor for 2 beats, C for 2 beats, D7 for 4, hear me, Major Tom, C4, C for 4, can you hear me, Major Tom, and G for 4, can you hear me, Major Tom? Of course, it sounds right when you're just playing the whole thing through without stopping. And then out of the G, which is the last verse, the last chord of special verse 4, you go right into the chorus, and the chorus is like before. You're playing the second chorus, which has slightly different words to it, and he says, "For here am I floating round my tin can." F major 7 to E minor. F major 7 to E minor. And then this same change and the same little instrumental rock and roll clap clap thing part, it goes like this. Life is blue and there's nothing I can do. So I've already gone over that part. It does that coming out of each chorus, which is played twice during the song. One at the very end, which is after you've done that, you've basically played the whole song and you're ready for the outro, which I believe in the studio recording is the same chord progression as the guitar solo. So we'll go through that again. It's F major 7 to E minor 7, E major. This is the outro now. To C, just like the guitar solo, to D7, to E, and that's the very final end. E. And it does all this weird stuff. And there you have it. Space Oddity. Thank you for watching. Well, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Please check back in for more exciting tutorials of some of my favorite songs.